everyone, my name's Matthew and welcome to another episode of the FAAA Fireside Chat series. I'm joined today by Odette from Selfwealth.
Hey.
Odette, good morning, and would you like to tell me a bit about you firstly and your role?
Morning, Matt. Thank you so much for having me. So a bit about me, I guess I can tell you about my passions. I love to cook, I love to work out, and I love to be social. So that's kind of me as a whole, and that kind of really fits in with my role. So I work as a business development associate at Selfwealth, so in a B2B distribution role. So a very social and good role for networking across the industry.
First question for today, what is your current role and how does it fit within the financial advice profession?
Yeah, so my current role is I'm a business development associate or a BDA at Selfwealth. I guess for anyone who hasn't heard of Selfwealth, we're a direct equities share trading platform, predominantly retail based. We've been around for over 10 years, but we also have an advisor specific platform within the company. And that's kind of where I fit in and where my role fits is helping to onboard, service and support those advisors on an ongoing basis. And I think that's kind of where it really fits in the advice profession as a whole is we provide, or BDAs or BDMs provide that service, platform or product for advisors to be able to implement their advice for their clients. So in my case, I might have an advisor and I onboard them and they onboard their clients, open a new account. And then I help them set up a direct equities share trading portfolio and maybe bring stock in from another platform to rebalance on our portfolio. So it's really kind of the role is an integral part of the advice process as a whole. And just providing that service to advisors.
Awesome. And do you guys just do direct equities or also provide ETFs?
Yeah, so ETFs as well. We have international trading as well, so US and Hong Kong direct equities as well.
Cool. I saw that Selfwealth has a pretty good offer at the moment on trading US stocks as well.
We do, and I would love to plug that. Yeah. $2 trading on US stocks at the moment. So it's usually $9.50, which is our brokerage across the platform. But yeah, $2 at the moment. And I think that's running until August. So
great.
Yeah.
Very good opportunity there to get into the market or the US market.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a good opportunity to diversify your portfolio, your clients' portfolios.
Yeah, definitely. Odette, if you could sum up your job in one word, just one word, what would it be?
Oh, that's really hard. For me, the first word that comes to mind is fun.
Yeah, that's
and
a
I
good
think
word.
I think that's really because a lot of what I do is relationship based, and it's getting out there, talking to people, networking and socializing, and building really good relationships across the industry, which to me is really fulfilling, and I find that a lot of fun. So
yeah. Second question I have for you today is what does your job entail, and what does a typical day look like for you?
Yeah, so my job entails, I guess, a lot of cross-pollination across the business. I work with a lot of different departments like marketing, IT, operations. We do a lot with new accounts and stock transfers. So a day-to-day generally has a few internal meetings across different departments. I also have a lot of inbound inquiries like emails from advisors, maybe client-specific questions or account and platform-specific questions. And then I also do a lot of outbound work. So a lot of calls and a lot of meeting people face-to-face, which is my favorite thing to do, and learning more about them and their business and just giving them a business update about Selfwealth.
Great, thank you. It's a very good overview there. Third question today is what influenced your decision to begin a career in the kind of financial advice, financial services sector?
So this is an interesting one for me because my journey to get to where I am today, which is now in distribution or B2B sales role, has been not linear. It's been all over the place and kind of just picking little interests throughout different roles to get to where I've got to. But I actually got into finance because when I was in uni studying a Bachelor of Commerce, I was trying to work out what majors I wanted to do. And I was chatting with a family friend and he was telling me about how his wife works as a portfolio manager at a super company. And just hearing about that and that role, which I didn't know existed, didn't know like we could do something like that. I found it so interesting. So from there, I picked like finance and financial planning as majors. And then when I graduated, moved to a back office portfolio admin role at Bell Potter. So very heavy admin, reconstructing portfolios and kind of learning more of the technical side of the industry. And then from there, like I wanted to explore financial planning more. So moved into a financial planner's office as a client services manager. And then from there, I kind of realized that the passion I have for talking to people and helping people on a more personal face-to-face level. And then that's how I ended up in this role. So I've kind of taken a little bit of what I love from each role to guide me to where I am now. But I think I'm really lucky that I found something that I really enjoy in the industry.
And I think it's really important as well, just to note that you've had that experience across different positions within the profession as well. You've been able to kind of pick and choose what you like and what you don't like, and then I guess put it all together.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of been the experience that I've had across the industry that's helped me decide where I want to be, but it's also given me a really well-rounded a well-rounded knowledge of the industry as a whole. And in my role speaking to advisors, that knowledge has come into play in so many different ways. So I definitely feel like I'm very fortunate to have that experience behind me in this role as well.
Great, thank you. Fourth question I have is, what is the favorite part of your job?
Favorite part. So I guess I kind of touched on this in the last question. It's really the relationships that I get to build, the networking I get to do across the industry, and just knowing people on a deeper level and being able to help those people. Like the thing I find most fulfilling in my role is definitely being able to give a really good level of service to someone who I really respect and care about more than just on a business relationship kind of level, more of in a personal way. Like, you know, I really want to help people and help them help their clients. And that's, really fulfilling to me.
And the last question I have for you today is, where do you see the future of the financial industry, such as in 5 to 10 years?
Okay, this is a very, I feel like, topical question.
Particularly after the Royal Commission, I guess, a few years ago.
Yeah. And I think we've kind of seen maybe the end of the advisor numbers dropping. I think that's kind of probably hit a bit of a plateau. And I think we might start to see it increase over the next 5 to 10 years. And I think with that increase in advisors and new people in roles all across the industry, I think that'll bring a really fresh new way of delivering advice. And I think the quality of advice review also kind of plays into that. I think hopefully that'll make advice easier to deliver. And I think with new entrants to the industry that might have a bit more of a tech savvy kind of way of doing things, a bit more technological advances will come out of that. And maybe a lot of innovation and automation with how we give advice. And I think it'll make advice a lot more accessible to a lot more people across the industry and across Australia as a whole.
It's ultimately what Australia needs, with growing demand for financial advice as well.
100%. There are so many people that are in need for it. So I think it's that shift will be so necessary so more people can be serviced.
Thank you again, Odette, for joining me today for this episode of the FAAA Fireside Chat.
No problems. Thank you for having me.